Police say Michael's 27-year-old mother was drunk behind the wheel. New video showing her driving in oncoming traffic, blowing past a police officer, then blowing the light at Hayes, causing this collision you see at the top of your screen. Not only was young Michael in the car, the mother's 8-year-old daughter and 3-month-old baby were with her also.
You knew you was that drunk, and you risked your kid's life.
Now tears turn to Michael's loving father, Lonell Smith. Smith is devastated. His family telling me tonight that he can't understand how a mother would put her children in deadly danger.
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this story that I came upon yesterday. This happened back in 2018, but for somehow this came on my timeline, and I went and look up the story and the sentencing and everything that happened, and really wanted to speak on the situation, especially at the sentencing, what happened in the sentencing. So this was back in August 9th of 2018 when Charlisa Pelt, the mother of baby Michael, or Michael Jones, took 3 of her kids. She had Michael as a 3-year-old. I think she had a 3-month-old and an 8-year-old, and they were in the car. Supposedly she was supposed to be taking them to her sister's house, all the while being drunk. And the kids was, I guess the 3-month-old was in a car seat, but Michael was in a seatbelt. I'm not sure if she had put it on, he had took it off, or she probably never put, who knows. But she, of course, being drunk, you do not have all your senses working. So she ended up going the wrong way, hit into a car. Because he wasn't in a seatbelt, he ended up flying out of the car, probably going through the windshield. And in her spinning, she lost control, because she's not all there, because she's drunk. She ended up rolling over him. So this was not I don't understand this stuff. Even though this happened so many years ago, I just don't understand why certain stuff happens, especially when it comes to kids. I don't care how long it was. I just don't understand certain things. And this is the reason why you have to be very careful in who you have kids with. Especially, we all have been through some type of trauma. Many people. And when we don't deal with those traumas, those stuff come out. And sometimes, people have negative coping mechanisms, like drinking and smoking, thinking those things going to help them. Yeah, it may make you feel good for a minute, or hour, or whatever, but you still, whatever you don't want to deal with, or whatever keeps on coming back to you, it's still going to be there because you have never dealt with it. We talk about, our trauma and stuff, but we never healed from them. And it has to be something she was running away from, and this is what ended up happening. And this was not her first time taking the kids while drunk, but she probably got away with it. But then knowing that one day your bad habits will catch up to you. And unfortunately, that was a very, very hard lesson to learn, because when you lose a child, that's a really tough thing to process, and that's something you will never be able to process. Never, ever be able to process. But knowing that you were the cause that made your child lose their life, that is ridiculous. And this lady was supposed to spend 3 to 15 years in prison, but it seemed that she only spent 3 years or 3.5 years, because she just came home 4 months ago. So she's out now. She's out. And at the sentencing, when they gave the father, who was Lonell Jones, and what killed me is when it first happened, they wouldn't put her name. The news didn't want to put her name out there, but of course they put the dad's name out there. That was one thing that stuck out to me. And when they gave the father a chance to speak, he stated the different times that this lady was very aggressive and violent to him. And then when he was talking about, let me just play it.
telling me that my son was in an accident. Same time, the hospital called me and told me my son was fighting for his life. I didn't understand what was going on. Unbeknownst to myself, but unknowingly, I rode right into the scene of the accident. Get to the hospital to see my baby laid out with tire marks on his arms, on his face. When I threatened to take my son to Mrs. Pelt several times, she cried and told.
So you see how when it was his time to talk, and then when he started saying all the stuff that she was doing before, but when he was talking about the time that he lost his son and how it affected him, or what it, and then she started wailing, this loud crying, in a sense to make him lose his train of thought, or so it doesn't have an effect on her sentencing. I don't know why she did it, but that was his moment to express himself. Because, you know, a lot of men don't even express themselves, but that was his moment to express himself. And then she took that moment away from him. Mind you, when it was her time to talk, she had no interruption, because after he talked, he just left. He just left out of there because there was no reason for him to be there. There was no reason. But she just took that moment. I was like, whatever people want to, everyone wants to call stuff narcissism. Maybe it is, who knows. But she took that moment away from him with this loud crying. And that was uncalled for. That was uncalled for. And another thing that I noticed in the sentencing, when, I guess after she said, oh, no, everybody's saying, I don't care about my kids. I do care about my kids. But then you was driving drunk or whatever. Who cares? And then when the judge was saying the same thing, he said, yeah, you say that you cared about your kids, but I don't believe that because of your actions, because it's not what you say, it's what you do.
The sentence will be 3 to 15 years in the State Department of Corrections on the OWI causing death, 3 to 10 years on the child abuse, second degree. You have credit for 13 days. Those two sentences will run concurrently. They'll run at the same time. We'll mark your file medical so you can continue to get whatever medication that you're getting. So right now, if you'll have a seat in the box, we'll get to some appeal papers, and I do have to advise you that you do lose some appellate rights by pleading guilty.
So, yeah, it's like she was looking at the judge like, really? You going to give me 3 to 15 years? I pled guilty. I gave my statement. I'm feeling, I look like I feel remorseful. You gonna really give me 3 to 15 years? To me, that's how she looked. But she ended up spending 3 years or 3.5 years in jail, because on her page, she posted about her boyfriend, how he waited for her all those 3.5 years, because she's out. Like I said before, she's out now. But even if because she was supposed to spend 3 to 15 years, she ended up spending that little time. But even though, yeah, she didn't get like over 5 years, 10 years, but you losing a child, that's already a sentence forever. And then knowing that you caused your child to lose their life, that's something you're going to have to live with the rest of your life. Even if the court of law, didn't fully give you what you were supposed to get, but you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life. And yeah, maybe, who knows? I don't know. She's going to go back to drinking again, smoking and stuff like that, but that's going to forever stay with you. And time does not heal all wounds. That's a lie, because I believe he was maybe supposed to be 7. So when you look like, oh wow, my baby was supposed to be 7. Oh my goodness, my baby was supposed to be 10. Oh, my baby, this is first day in middle school. Oh, my baby is going to high school. All them stuff is gonna haunt you. All them stuff is gonna haunt you. And the dad, like he said, this is what he said before when he finished his statement.
I don't know what else to say to this point. I don't understand none of this. Miss Pelt know what my son meant to me. She knows the damage she caused. And I'll never let it go.
And this man has surely never let it go. Every chance he gets, he shares, he talks about, you know, baby Michael, the different videos. And it was the lack of accountability for me. A lack of accountability for me, and because she was like, oh, I reached out for help, nobody want to help. It was the lack of accountability. I don't know where she is now, because on her page she shares here and there, like I said, about baby Michael, but it's mainly about this relationship that she has. But when are you ever going to truly apologize and take accountability for how you affected because not only did she lose a son, he lost a son also. So maybe one day this man can forgive you, because you can tell that really broke this man. He's just a broken man. And of course it affected her too, because she's gonna have to live with the guilt and of what she did. But now it seems that, I don't know, because she's talking about a second phone interview. I don't know if she has a testimony. Because now it's like, instead of us protecting and raising our children the way we're supposed to raise our children and then get the benefits from there, it's like when they die, that's when people want to monetize death and want to talk about their children and make money, in a sense, make money in a way of their children's death. Stuff like that, I just don't understand. I just don't understand them. This was ridiculous. This little boy shouldn't have had to lose their life, because you had problems with drinking. It's something that you don't want to deal with, something that you're running away from, and who knows if she is healed from it. Who knows? But forever, you will never, ever, ever be able to get away from that guilt. Ever. That's why we have to learn from these situations. Learn from the situation. You're a woman, a man. Be careful who you procreate with. Talk about the traumas that you have gone through, different things that you have gone through. Have you healed from? Not talk about them, because we like to talk about. Yes, talking about is good, but have you healed? Have you done the work to heal? Because if not, you're going to take it out on the people that you love, even whether you didn't mean to. But it's the people that you love, the people that you say you love, will be the casualties to your unhealed trauma. Anyway, that's all I'd say on this situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.